Before we dive too deep into specific aspects of that game, Nick definitely wanted me to ask you about some of the more interesting or more fun traditions going into Civil War week that the team would participate in.
Oh man, we had this nice chant before after practice every day that week after practice. You know, I would say it, but it uses a lot of profanity. I don't know if this podcast takes profanity, but it's really bad.
We would let you get away with it.
Let me go upstairs because my kids are around. So let me go upstairs, and get away from the kids' ears. But after every practice, we sing this chant, OSU, our pants are off you, Beavers, bastards, sons of bitches too. When you take your cigarettes, we will have sex, we'll say the other word. We were at your major race, OSU, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? We would say that after every single practice, and that's one of the things that made us laugh, and that's one of the things that got our piss extremely hot and just ready to go and whoop some butt.
Well, in that game, you certainly did, as you said, kick some butt. Over 200 yards in the first half alone. A couple of incredibly long runs, dramatic runs that I definitely remember being able to listen to and being so excited to hear. When you're in such a big game like that, your offensive line gives you a perfect hole and you're just flying down the field. What is going through your mind in those moments?
Score a touchdown. Knowing the history of the game is just you get so filled with excitement. You get so filled with the attitude of 1-2. You get so filled with the attitude of no one can stop me. And I remember the first 74-yard run, I believe. It's a stretch to the right, and Coach Campbell always been saying, listen, it may be in the A gap, it may be in the B gap, but I can bet my last dollar that it's going to be in that C gap, and you're going to have a receiver blocking, and you're going to hit that thing full speed. And just like he said, that's exactly what happened. I came around that corner, the big hole there, and I just took off. There's no one there, and I got so excited. When you're running so fast and you take that deep breath, you tend to hold it, and it's really on accident. You know what I'm saying? And I'm holding my breath. I'm like, no, you need to breathe. In my head, breathe, so I can really try to take off and run. But by the time I get down 74 yards on the field, I run out of gas, get tackled, get pushed over into the band. My bandmates are all getting hyped and happy and stuff like that. It's so exhilarating to just run so fast, the fastest that you can. And on top of that, knowing that the crowd is going crazy, even the Oregon State people, you see them with their heads down like, oh my gosh. And that's when you're like, okay, yeah, we got these dudes. We got to keep going. We got to keep doing what we got to do. So it was so fun. That run was extremely fun.
The one that always sticks out to me is when you're able to get to the sideline, you bobble the ball, you save it, and you're able to score.
Yes.
When you come back to the sideline, what are your coaches saying to you after being able to save that from being a fumble and turning it into a touchdown?
Good. Coach Campbell said, wow, I don't know how you did that, but I'm glad you did, right? It was one of those things where, man, and I ended up taking off. I think it's about maybe a minute left in the game, a minute less than a half, and they had us dead to rights. Where the way they were lined up, they had us dead to rights. I didn't know if I needed to cut it back or whatever, but they ended up shifting back to the field and leaving the boundary wide open. And Jeremiah snapped that ball and he handed it off to me, and it was like the Red Sea. It opened up so clearly, and in my head I said, wow, there's no one around. And I was like, just go. And so when I went to go, the guys come in. I said, no, it's enough space for me to kind of – he had a good angle. So I was like, this is enough space for me to kind of trying to go head up with him and then kind of veer off to the left and trying to give him a stiff for him to continue running down the field. And it actually worked. But I didn't notice that there was another guy on the side of him that came from the back and punched that ball out. And while I'm stiff-arming this guy down to the ground, I feel the ball come out. And there's a picture of me just looking like, oh, and let me tell you, I was terrified. I said, oh, no, this cannot happen. And by the grace of God, that ball came right back into my hands, right back into my grasp. I take that ball, and I just continue running down, stiff arm another guy, beat another guy's ankle, got into the end zone. The referee thought I stepped out of bounds, so that was most definitely a trivial moment in the game, trying to figure out if I stepped out of bounds or not. But I seen that big screen. I said, there's no way that I stepped out of bounds. That's a touchdown, 83 yards. I think that's the longest in Civil War history. You know what I'm saying? It's just a blessing to be a part of something like that, and have your name on a run and on a game that's still standing.